thirsty, and 30.
Hello, and welcome to episode 10 of Thirsty and 30, the chat show that's fun, informative, and frankly, the blind leading the blind in the love space. Our goal is to navigate and translate modern love with all its complications and quirks so that you can make saner decisions. And of course, feel less lonely during these times. I'm Shari, your usual non expert and ever curious about modern love.
Good evening, Shari, and our thirsty crowd. I'm Bea, another non-expert. I have to say that I'm really loving our new opening song. It's, not anymore like your Jerry Springer style of show. And I don't know, what do you think the vibe is? A bit too
Jerry
thirsty?
I love it. So to our hater, our lover, our fan, our new intros for you. So we always listen to our viewers' feedback. So what do you think, Bea? I like it, right?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
It's a little
A little
thirsty.
risky.
Cheers to our intro. What about you? What are you drinking?
Okay, so tonight, I got jealous with what the wine that you were drinking. Was that 2 episodes ago?
Last episode.
Okay, sorry, last episode. So I reached out to Maite and she got me this really beautiful red wine from Sicily. But guys, Maite is amazing, by the way. She runs Must Love Wines and she works with a sommelier, Pilar Almario, who's also our batchmate. So yeah, she gave me this beautiful wine. I had to check how to pronounce it, but it's called Frappato. I think you have to say that really, really bad Italian accent. But I do have to run you through some tasting notes because, feeling expert. So it is from Sicily. It has like flavors of strawberry.
Oh, wait, Bea, hold on. We have
Ano na?
parang papasok ng motel yung intro natin. That is the vibe. Thank you.
I don't know if that's a good thing, Shari. I'm trying to introduce Sicily. Wine from Sicily. And you're
sorry. Frappato. Let's go back to Frappato. Let's go.
Okay, so basically it tastes a little bit of strawberries, pomegranate, a lot of the berry side, and a little bit of spice because we love that. And also it's got a little bit of mineral and really perfect with salmon, roast chicken, and all the good things like tomatoes and piquillo peppers, but we don't have that unless you go to Santis or whatever. Why I love Maite, I just want to do a shout out. Number one, she works with your budget. Number two, she's learning with you. She's always giving you tasting notes. And number three, she doesn't sell stuff from her stand. So,
Exactly.
if you're gonna bring the wine to a Zoom party, basically it's a crowd pleaser because it's not from her stands, typical.
Special ka. Hindi ka tawag mo doon, cow follower. Ay, sheep. What do you call it? Hey, Must Love Wines, guys. Make sure to follow them on Instagram, Must Love Wine. Good selection, and they'll help you out. So Bea, I just realized that finally in our topic today, we can't call ourselves full-fledged like non-experts. I guess you got a tiny bit of knowledge about this because we are rather slightly experienced. You're more experienced than I am in this department. So we both had our own foreign experiences, although mine, it hasn't really been the best experience, although it's fine. My experience with foreign men is okay. It's not the I wouldn't say I root for it, but that's fun. So, have you always dated foreigners, Bea?
Yes. It's been my preference or cup of tea, as the cliche does sound. But
Yeah.
honestly, I really like the independence. And a lot of my family say I'm too strong or I'm not malende enough or like delicate enough. So it just suits me. The humor is great. And it's like exploring another country in a
Yeah,
different
I have
way.
to say, like, one of the things that I dislike though, when so much people tell me that your personality is too strong for Filipinos kasi. Be more. I was like, what am I supposed to do? Like, be a delicate flower? I'm not a delicate flower. But I mean, so that's why I feel like somehow I suddenly gravitated towards them because that's been like implanted in my head that I'm not delicate enough for Filipino men. But that's not true. I like the Filipino men. Filipino men,
They
cool.
don't like you. They don't
They're like,
like
you
you.
strong person. Pass.
I think
Okay.
that's the issue. We like Filipino men. We like men in general. I don't think they like us. So please put the word out there. We're not opposed to our own culture. Yeah.
Mhm. So
um,
well, yeah. So today,
Go
babe, we
on.
have another great analogy. Before the analogy and before the guests, let me remind all of you guys about our competition. All you have to do is go to our Instagram, follow us, and tag three of your friends and tell us about your favorite your ideal first date. And you have to subscribe on our YouTube. So okay, let's go back. So we are going to look at cross-cultural dating through the eyes of a scuba diver beginner. So before we run through our flow, let's bring out our guests, right, Bea?
Yes, of course. I mean, we are experienced, but not, I don't think, any good experience that people can learn from us. I think we just pick the one that's out of color and we go, that's the one. So, our first guest is a brilliant fashion designer who actually just got listed in Good News Philippines as one of the 75 most influential Filipinos in America, honored on Philam Month. I had no idea it's Philam Month. But anyways, fun fact, I mentioned this in our backstage. He designed my prom dress. I was very nervous about prom. I didn't have a date. I think I had to beg someone to be my date. Um,
Who was
but
your
my
prom
uncle,
date?
Justin, I don't think I think I had to text him, but like, hey, you're my friend. Can you be my prom date? It was pretty desperate, please. Like my whole family was like, no one wants this cow, Basically, no one wants this cattle. Sorry, cattle. So my uncle, who's always so loving, took me to Puey and asked him to design me a prom gown. So yes, our guest is Puey Quiñones. Syempre yun.
Welcome, Poy.
Hi there.
Hi, Poy.
How are you?
Okay.
How
Ito, single
Good.
pa
How
rin
about
kami.
you?
are
Okay, so our next guest is Clar Juico, office seller, kumot couturist, bordader, beauty pageant judger, and now podcast guester. You guys have to follow her on social media. She's so funny. My favorite is her kumot couture. I think I love it. And I get so obsessed. Like sometimes I don't just watch her videos once. I like play back and rewind and watch her again. Sa tawan-tawa ako. Anyway, guys, welcome, Clar. Hi, Clar.
Hello! May mic ako. Char.
Sige, like,
may pasabog,
okay.
may mic.
Walang
Ay,
ano,
ay,
wala.
So, Clark, ready ka na ba to share your foreign
Oh my
experience?
gosh. Yeah, joke lang. Yes! Oh my gosh. Also, like you, I'm also semi-blind. So it's the blind leading the blind with another blind. That's
Mm-mm.
me. And then we have Poy here to like help us. Because I think
The one who has the
nahiya
best.
naman ako sa achievements niya. Like, parang biglang ako, like, mga puro ek-ek lang yung mga achievements ko.
But
So,
you're
like,
the one who's
legit awardee.
you're shining, shimmering, splendid now. So, okay yan.
Both of us, diba? We did not plan this. We only met nung backstage and then biglang, pak! Kabugera kaming dalawa.
Diba?
Except why it's his robe. So it's kind of just like his natural self being happy.
Innate.
Yeah.
Merry
Okay,
Christmas
so-
to my outfit. I love it.
I do love your bedpost. I have to say, it's been my dream to have a bedpost
Four-poster
like that.
bed. Ganda, no?
Parang ano.
I love it.
Did you always want one, or this is like something you just recently got?
My
Your
this.
bed. Yeah.
Well, I love my current canopy thing. So even my apartment in LA, I have this kind of bed,
I love it. It's very chic. Just, I
and
mean,
then you
our
can
guest
climb
tonight.
and do a circus.
You can climb, sabit-sabit, Bea type mo yan. Joke lang.
Yeah.
Mga
Pang
acrobat.
hold on. Ayan na,
Uh,
I'm getting ahead.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so
Mm.
Boy and Clara tonight, we're all between the four of us, we're gonna be sponges to like everyone's experiences. The good, the bad, the ugly, and the beautiful, and make a playbook for those that are watching on cross-cultural relationships. But before we start, Shari has been working all afternoon and all week on
All
this very
afternoon.
special
Not
special
really.
icebreaker. Enough,
Yeah,
Wow.
enough
guys.
to be.
So to break the ice, you have a quick little game to perk the four of us up and get us into the whole cross-cultural thing. It's very easy. It's just guess the celebrity couple, okay? So, guys,
Okay.
kaya ngayon. I'm gonna flash a body part or just a cropped area of a couple, and then tell me who they are, okay? So this is the first one. Madali lang to.
Oh my
Oh my God,
god.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Ay, wala bang
Yeah,
beep?
make it.
Beep!
Sino? Okay. Yep. It's Harry and Meghan. Tama.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, guys, who's this?
Oh my god, who is
So
that?
hard.
Sino yun?
Oh.
Beep! Will Smith, Jada Pinkett.
Wala. Mali. Mas modern,
Cut
mas
na.
modern.
Okay.
Parang hirap. Ang hirap naman
Okay,
nun.
guys.
Ang hirap.
It's
Wala na.
Kim
Ay.
K and Kanye.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't have gotten that.
Okay,
Ayan.
ito mas mahirap to. But let's see if you guys can guess this.
Oh, this
Um,
is.
uh,
I'm trying to remember the dress.
is it
Oo
Zayn
nga.
Malik and Gigi Hadid? Hala, I'm
Is
so
that
bulok.
Matt?
Next pa naman.
Yeah, it's at the Met. So, who is it?
I forgot the dress. But I know the theme of the Met Gala.
Which one was
I
it?
forgot the couple.
Guys, it's none other than George and Paul.
Oh, yeah. That's my type of guy, George Clooney.
I love him.
Oh,
Same.
we
Same.
I like
Okay,
that.
so, ito naman. Sino to?
Hala, yung hand ni girl. Umayos
Is it
ka,
J-Lo
girl.
and-
Diba?
J-Lo and
Alex.
Ron, what's his name?
No, younger.
Oh, okay, younger. Oh God, I'm bad
These
at
are
this.
hard, Miss Shari.
Diba?
I really, akala mo naman it's working.
Ang ganun.
I'm not
Okay.
even, I'm just playing in
Guys,
the screen.
ito na. It's Chrissy Teigen and John Legend.
Kaya pa
Oh.
niya yung hand sa crotch. Kaya pa
Okay,
yung hand sa
next,
crotch niya.
guys, sino to?
Who is that?
Piolo Pascual. Ewan ko. Wait, Pinoy ba yan? Oh my God, it's Bea and prom date.
Actually, guys, it's Bea.
Wow.
Next, who's this?
Nice dress.
Who is that?
Shari with someone. With Chen.
It's me and Jackson Avery from Grey's Anatomy. I love
Who is
him.
that guy?
Jesse Williams. He is so... Talagang hindi ko inalis eh. Ang pogi niya. That's my
Wow.
ideal, guys. Okay, let's go back. I love you.
Sorry.
Okay,
You
tama
long,
na.
yung screen time.
I'm just
Oh,
scrolling this.
yeah.
Okay. So guys, so we did our research and we looked into the skills needed for diving. So okay, we're done with that game. We're getting back into the cross-cultural. So buoyancy is the first, and then number 2 is the slow and calm descent. And 3, it's enjoying the dive. That's not really a diving skill, but Bea and I just chose to do it because it's our show. So buoyancy. Perhaps the number one scuba skill for every diver to master is controlling buoyancy. There are so many factors that can make this a very difficult task. Same as cross-cultural dating, right? So the first question here is what draws us to these foreigners?
For me, skin color.
Take it away. Really? Skin color? Why?
Yeah, and then the height. I don't know, the height, the color of their skin, and maybe the size. Maybe I don't know.
The size of the ear. Joke lang.
The size of the foot.
The
Yes,
size of the thumb to the tip of the.
and then their hand.
Yeah, it's the size, isn't it? Clar, ikaw.
For me, well, because we were talking about it kanina, but well, I have to say physically, yeah, it's the height. Like I think like being at this age na, like you already know, like, parang let's say if you're selling something, you know na who your target audience is. So, after like X number of years dating, you know na who's your market. And then I know my market is not Pinoy. Because I'm a bit, with the big girls, with the noisy girls, we're the pastar girl. Hello, kita pa lang. Hello. So your partner has to be someone like who can actually manage that, who can do that. So from there, aside from like the ako height talaga eh. Yun, we're tall pa. So yeah, it's there. It's like it's knowing na my market. And then also, lastly, it's the beard. Like, I don't know about why the Asians, they're so malinis. I mean, kaya nga, Shari, when you flashed your photo, I was like, the chin. I like that scruff.
I could feel it on my shoulder in that picture.
Yeah.
Let's forget
Balik share screen. So yeah, there.
Ikaw, Shari.
What draws me?
What draws you?
Physically, it's the height for sure, and the facial hair she mentioned. Pero other than that, I feel like it's the conversation because they're very like from different cultures. I'm always interested in interesting conversation. I don't know why it draws me in when people can keep me in, tell me new things, show me a different perspective. I find that very attractive. But syempre, before you get to that part, kailangan attracted ka sa look. And for me, it's the height and the scruff.
Yeah.
Ikaw.
Same here.
What the same?
Diba? Same sa akin lahat.
Kaya tayo nandito sa
may gaspang na vibe.
Oo, I like.
Kasi kung babae ako, parang malalahiyan ako ng foreigner, tatangkad yung anak ko, di ba? So parang that's how I see it.
Ay, Curtis ang peg.
May oo.
Isipin mo. Like,
yun yung biological.
Diba?
Imagine if I married that guy, si Jesse Williams, magkaanak kami. Can you imagine our kids? Oh my God.
Guys,
Beautiful. Diba?
Can you imagine? I'll be a stage mom na. Like, I have an anak na pang ASAP.
Diba?
We have a comment here which I think is something I really like, and it's just me. I just hindi pa bebe yan. Tama yan. For me, it's really there's something about like the attitude. If you put all the guys I've ever dated, I mean, not that there are many, their looks so different and different nationalities, but one thing is common is they're not so chill. I don't know if that's a bad thing, but yeah, it's just what is unknown is really exciting to me. Yeah, napapahamak, basically. Yeah. Okay, we've all decided and we've all kind of declared that we do get attracted to the parang different culture, right? Saan ba nahanap ang maayos na AFAM or foreigner?
Well, to be honest, based on my experience, I used to be based in Manila, but it's hard to find it here because there's a lot of competition. So
okay, I like that.
If you're trying to find a foreigner in Manila, it's a wrong place to find it. So when I moved to the States, I feel like, oh my God, I don't have to find them. They find me.
Smart buffet. Parang ganyan na lang si Poy.
Kailangan mo lang makalayan with na to.
Yeah. I also tell my friends, like, I have one of my best friends, she loves white men. I know, so darling, you will never find a boyfriend here ever. Yeah, kasi maraming competition. Alam mo na pag foreigners, di ba, pagdating dito, they feel like, oh my God, I'm the super handsome AFAM here
Yeah.
in Manila.
Oo. I'm a
Yeah,
king, ganyan.
sometimes I feel like they're kind of delusional. Because you look at them, they're not pogi, but just because they're so different, they're like, I'm the shit
Yeah.
here. And I was like, pwede ba?
Yeah. So I tried. I met a couple of foreigners here, but it didn't work out because there's a lot of like, alam mo yun, mga get even your friends will salute them. Like, you know what salute means? Like,
Yes. I love
very. Never mind.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Well, for me, it depends on what your objective is. If you're looking for jowa, I mean, like as Poy said, good luck, girl. But if you're looking for booking, ayan, pili na.
Booking madali.
Booking, I mean,
Actually,
parang,
email eh.
Oh, sorry.
Shari, ang aga pa.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh, ah.
Nahulog ng iPad.
But yeah, it depends on your mindset. Like, what are you looking for? If you're looking for, so
Well,
kung booking,
sa hookup, it's easy, I think. But for relationship, it's probably like very hard. It's like parang dadaan ka ng butas ng karayom pag dito.
you really, oh, exactly. Ako, I would think, like, especially, like, if you're looking, like, I would suggest, like, yun nga, if hindi kaya mag-move to the States, I guess you could just start by going to maybe traveling, like, once we can. Like, go lang, like, girls trip to, okay, that's where mine started. Girls trip, Bali, ganyan. Pack, booty ko, international, manifester.
Bali, madaming competition din eh.
So, Clar, in your opinion, saan ka pinaka-bed? Ano yung most memorable booking experience mo? If you would pick one, if you would pick one booking experience of your lifetime, like, ano yung parang shit, booked, like ganun.
The good, the bad, or the pili ka, girl. So, booking, category, subcategory, the good, the bad.
Let's start with the bad booking category. Ano yung bad booking mo?
Talaga sharing na ba? What is, well, I would not say it's not bad kasi kawawa naman, but I would have to say like, so there I was on a trip, a girls trip with friends, and then so syempre swipe right, swipe left.
Bakit yung swipe mo pababa?
Kasi there's happen the app.
Okay. We have to get on.
But anyway, yeah, there. And then I met up with this guy in Japan. He was an American. So sabi ko, so syempre, why did I swipe right to begin with? Okay. Number one, pogi. Tapos yung name, may MD. Sabi ko, ay, doktor. Ganyan. Sabi ko, pwede. Tapos biglang, okay, ganyan. So, the next, like, so chat now, you elevate it, you email, we chatted via email. Ayun pa lang, red flag na. We would talk via email. And then, the thing was, I could Google him kasi his name was on his email address. So I Googled him. Oy, Stanford graduate ang lolo mo. Doctor nga. Ganyan. He did
done your research.
Yeah, he did this whole startup. Okay, so date na kami. Biglang all of a sudden, like, okay, date, ganyan. Biglang, oh my God, I noticed, like, medyo like deformed yung hand. And then biglang sabi ko, na-notice ko, okay, mama raised no quitter. Push pa din natin ito. So drinks pa din kami, ganyan. One thing led to another. Ayan, ended up in his place, ganyan. Oh my God, and biglang na-realize ko. So, nagtanggal siya ng leg, guys. May prosthetic leg siya. So I was like, mama raised no quitter. Pinush ko pa din kasi guys, Olympian pala siya. Sabi ko, oh my God, what a story to tell.
That's a good
Yeah,
that's a good booking. Actually, I was
looking.
Okay.
Sabi ko,
So
oh
it's
my
a great
God.
booking.
I realized. Oh, yun. So anyway, kung nga kailangan pala bad, do you think, ako pa rin ba or you wanna change?
Boy, how about you? Bad booking. Meron ba?
Bad
Or puro
booking.
good?
Honestly, bad booking Filipino.
None. Okay.
Yeah,
So
Pinoy. Like, sorry,
Bad
Pinoy.
booking.
But well, my best booking is in Europe, always.
Oh.
Kasi parang
Gusto na
dito
natin dyan.
ang ganda ko. Oh my God, I have to choose. Dito ikaw pinili, di ba? Pipili.
Yeah.
Ikaw doon,
Okay.
pili na. Choice is
Oo.
yours.
Noon, ikaw yung pipili. Ikaw yung queen. So, well, I can't remember.
Can you,
Because actually,
which part of Europe? Magda-notes ako.
in Indiana. In Austria. Like Austria.
Austria. Okay.
I go there because we have a showroom in Austria. So sometimes I stay there for 2 months. And it's in Villach. It's in the southern part of Austria. And it's near the border of Italy. So parang ako lang Asian ata doon. So parang pag nakikita, oh my God, sino to? So winner palagi.
Very different.
Yeah.
Ikaw, Bea, may bad booking experience ka ba? Or good? Bad or
Maraming,
good?
paano ba? Mas marami yung bad. I would say out of 10, 9 bad bookings.
Wow.
1.5 na good bookings.
You
I
could-
would say
Best
dalawa lang
booking.
yata yung good booking.
We can turn it around. Like,
Best
if it's
booking.
Best booking, best booking.
I would say maybe 2 years ago, meeting someone in Helsinki. That's probably the best booking. Just because
Oh, I
he
love
was-
that booking.
I love that booking. Actually, si Pia nakabook nun. So, thank you na lang, Pia.
I
Kung
love that
nakikinig
booking.
ka man.
Mr. Booking, if
Ano?
you're watching this, Mr. Booking.
My best booking turned out to be my husband.
Oh!
Yeah.
When did we say that, huh?
Yeah.
Next year.
One day.
Wait, how did you book him though? How did you book him?
Oo nga, teach us the ways.
Well, we met up at my friend's spa, and before we met up, I had my massage, my facial, and all that, and then I got out of the salon, and I was fresh, and he was mesmerized. And then we had dinner, and he took me home, and then after that, that's the beginning of our love story. And we couldn't live each other na. It was the best. Yeah, and then because he's he's the opposite of me. I'm jologs and he's super classy.
You're jologs?
I'm super jolog.
I know you mean. Look at your robe and your bed.
I'm super jologs compared to my husband because he's a curator at the Getty Museum. So he's super.
Ayoko na.
Clar Juico left the chat. It's like, bye. Oh my God.
Me and him, parang, oh my God, parang hindi siya makabasag ng pinggan. It's super proper, super, very, very, very good. So I'm very lucky and happy to have my husband. Because I have to tell this, because he's gonna watch this tomorrow.
Okay, kailangan.
Mr.
Yeah,
Curator,
for sure.
baka may fellow curators ka dyan na single for the three of us.
There is yung brother yung single.
So,
Shari,
Hi.
na tayo.
Hi.
Sorry.
Bilis.
Okay.
Wait, I have a question. On you're talking about your husband that's really proper and you consider yourself jologs, which I don't think you are.
Yeah.
And the same with you, Clar. I want to talk about like any stumbling blocks when you do meet like a good booking. Let's go with a booking analogy. How were there stumbling blocks, especially with that whole different culture aspect?
I would think like maybe kahit not booking na, maybe like let's say a little bit closer to a relationship. I would think like I don't know, coming from like since I correct me if I'm wrong, like kunyari being very Pinay, I don't know, I'm very needy, like or maybe it's my personality lang. I like a lot. I mean, I like a lot of or my love language. Like I like a lot of quality time or spending time with each other, ganyan. So like these guys, and guys or people in general are busy and can't make time for you. Parang ako it's a cause for a fight, and then for them it's like, can you calm down? It's a non-issue. So those are one of my parang challenges. It's more of like you're not seeing eye to eye, especially like in terms of being or priorities. Like ako, I like to spend a lot of time with each other. Sa kanya, like parang one hi hello in a day is fine. We're good. But sa akin, parang,
Yeah.
I need more. It's like,
Mhm.
is it being a woman? Is it being a Pinay? Let's discuss.
Is that the nice thing? Because I want to know, because I feel like I can be like that. I like constant communication. And
Yeah,
I
diba?
don't know if I'm asking for too much to want constant communication. Is that a Filipino thing? What do you guys think?
Viewers, what do you think?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I
Engagement.
think? Because
Wait.
foreigners, they like communication, proper communication, and
Mm.
just be open with them because they don't like secrets, they don't like hidden agendas. They want
Yeah.
you to be open to them, and if you don't like communicating properly, it irks them, so they don't like it. So I learned because I'm kind of secretive. When we were starting the relationship, I'm a little bit secretive, and he doesn't like it. He wants me to tell him everything, what I feel. He doesn't like me to be passive aggressive. He wants me to be like open, and I learned how to be like that, and it actually helped the relationship better. And now there's no drama. He doesn't like drama, and I think that's also the best thing because he's older, he's mature than me, and wala na yung mga selos-selos, wala yung basta there's no drama. It's so easy. Sometimes nga, I get bored. How can we fight sometimes once in a while?
Parang ikaw na lang yung mag-trigger. Like, it's too peaceful.
Our only issue actually is because he's vegetarian and I'm carnivorous.
Oh, that's the big issue.
Oh no, Carrie,
Sometimes
ayos ka ba ka na brother, ha?
he really tries to convert me to the vegetarian, but Han, please, you can
Yeah.
convert me to anything, just not being vegetarian because I love my meat.
Yeah.
We all love meat.
Yeah.
Guys, we have a question from our audience. Let's answer this. How do you handle stereotypical comments towards Filipinas or Filipinos?
Ay, sorry, touch it. Alam mo naman, Quezon City internet.
Sorry, it's how do you handle stereotypical comments towards Filipinas or
Oh, girl,
Filipinos?
after that.
I guess stereotypical would be, I guess, are you after a green card? Ano ba yung mga stereotypical
Or
comments na you want?
Filipinos too.
So, for me, like, it's with that person you're hanging out with, that's when you'll know na if it's a red flag or not. Like, if that person makes hear it, that stereotypical Filipina hear it, you know that guy gets the massage girls. Alam mo yon? Yun na yon.
Yeah.
Magiging island souvenir ang ending mo. Hindi ka
Exactly.
expat's wife. Gusto
Make
natin
sure-
maging...
Yeah. Make
Yeah,
sure hindi
so-
ko kayo souvenir. Just go.
So kung nakuha mo yan, parang, parang, oh, ding, 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 ding. Or, wagay, why, red flag.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
The same thing with the gay relationship because people think like Filipinos are after with foreigners, like alam mo yun, kasi gusto nila maybe green card, they want to go, you want to travel, but it's not actually true. I'm very independent, and both of us are independent.
I think with this question is kind of more you can answer. How do you handle discrimination from his family and friends when he brings over a Filipino or a Filipina? Have you experienced this?
Unfortunately, never, because I'm very, talbog sa outfit. Outfit pa lang dapat talbog na ang mga ano.
Ito yung mga bathrobe pa lang.
Ah,
Ano pa kaya yung pang meet the parents outfit?
yeah.
Zoologs daw yan.
His parents are very nice, but there are some, white people that sometimes they look you down, but me, hindi pwede sa akin yan. Darling, no.
Yeah, and I feel like, I don't know if I'm being, but I feel like Filipinos in general dress better than foreign people. I don't know if I'm just delusional, but Filipinos naturally, you be tourists here sometimes, and like, ano ba, sir?
Yeah.
Tama na.
I did
Actually-
play a joke once though. On
what?
On my ex's parents, where I pretended I didn't speak English because that typical of them, like I think they were nervous because I was Asian, so I pretended not to speak English, but it was just a joke. Like obviously I was just, making light of, meeting when you're meeting, like I guess at that time, the parents of your partner, it gets kind of really uncomfortable, especially of a different culture. And you just
Mhm.
want to show that, Filipinas are adaptable, we're very sociable. Like Filipinos can live anywhere, right?
Yeah.
So it's not typical like I've lived in Australia for a long time, and sometimes people would think I didn't speak English. So it was just like something light to do, but I think in hindsight that was probably not the best joke. Medyo nagulat yata sila.
I think it's funny.
But at the same time, kasi, like, we always, like, it's ingrained with us, like, with all our colonizers, na
Ay, sayang. Good point pa naman.
Parang okay pa naman yan tayo.
parang, bring them a notch down. So with that, I would like to share that these AFAMs that we are so excited to meet, except for Poy's partner, except him, we gotta watch out for the red flags because they come here, they're ready, like they're feel nila king sila dito, but also at the same time, what's there back home, like especially
Mhm.
to our viewers, na like they have to be worried na baka kasal to or may anak, like from the get-go, like ask mo na, like, are you like, which I have experienced, like, so I was kind of seeing a guy, he was British naman, check na siya, lahat ng pinipray ko kay God, family, except Pogi.
British, check.
Like, British, check. My God, ginawa mo na, check na siya, like, family guy, tall, hardworking, ganyan. Hindi lang Pogi. Na-miss ko yun kay God. Hindi niya na-give sa akin. But anyway, so we've been talking for a year, getting close. He had his red flags. I didn't mind them. Lo and behold, pandemic, boom, I find out. Married pala si guy. So,
Oh my God! 1 year? 1 year? Did she say 1 year? Why is she choppy
Yeah.
now? 1 year. He hid it for a year.
yeah,
He
like
was
we
married.
were, yeah. He's been married for a year, decade.
No, but he hid it from you. You were oh my God,
meant-
choppy siya.
And then when I hello, am I back? Sorry.
Yeah, you're
back,
back.
you're back.
Oh, yan.
So
What did I?
you were talking for a year and he was able to hide it from you? He was married for a year?
He wasn't married for a year. He's been married for a decade.
Longer.
With teenage children na. And all this time, I
Wow.
didn't know. Here I am, pakita ko. Like, oh, look at me. Hello, video call. What's up? Ganyan. So,
Oh my
be wary of
lalaki
these
talaga.
So, we all like that. So, there were red flags now, which I chose, dapat pala red flag episode na, which I chose to ignore. The girls were telling me, but ako carry lang, I like him, ganyan. So yeah,
Yeah. Like
we're so excited with
yeah, like our red flag episode, Bay and I basically realized that it's because you're so into somebody, you get
Yeah.
tunnel vision and you just neglect everything, like all the warning signs. Hello, muntik na ako mapasubo to be a part of an open relationship of some random person. I was so focused on like the end goal. Like, mukha na akong type ng babae na sumisingit sa open relationship. The answer is no. Pero somehow I was just so blinded because I was so into this guy. Like I'm sure how you were with this man who's married with teenagers. Laban na galit.
But one of these good things is like, you can get really heated, Shari, about this. But what the good thing is we have here, Puey, who's, you can see in his face there's an aura of like just calmness. And I like what you said about your husband, that there was no games when you met him in the spa. You were both in a really good place. So dapat yata kung maghanap ka ng AFAM, pumunta kang spa.
Speaking of spa, guys, have you seen that post of Isa Calzado? Like, diba?
No.
Okay, we all know her husband, like, gift from the gods, Pogi.
Yeah.
Jake.
Yeah.
So she posted this thing, like she prayed in what do you call it, the farm in San Benito. Syempre, pre-nomote. Anyway, there's that mango tree there, like that apparently all the girls pray to, and then they get husbands. So after this, visit Bea. We're going to the farm.
Bukas na bukas.
Yeah.
mangga
But
dito.
sometimes also it's your energy. If it's
Agree.
ready, then the universe will give it to you. It's easy. So
Yeah.
sometimes the more you look for it, the more you find it, the more it stays away from you.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
it's like what your mindset is, because like example, ako rin, my mindset is still booking. So, ayan, may kausap ako ngayon in an open marriage. But I was like, sige, game, why not? O, diba? So, kasalanan ko na yon. That's on me. Kasi tinanong ko na eh. I was like, what's your game, man? And he was like, oh, I'm in an open marriage. Ako naman, cherry lang. So, yeah,
We have
still
a couple
chatting.
questions. People are asking though, number one, what's the meaning of a booking? May mga kakapasok lang tatanong.
Well, booking is a hookup.
Yeah.
So like yeah, so parang like let's say if you were a hooker, which we like so you know you have a booking on your planner like parang oh I have a booking, and by the way my Waze tells.
Oh my god!
And I'm
Wait,
like,
Clar, nakakaloka na choppy yung internet mo. Isa pa, again, your ways.
wait, we have a question here. Let's while she gets back to the internet. This one's
Yeah.
really good. This is from my sister. How about the reverse? Do your families judge or stereotype your foreign
partner.
This is actually
partners?
a big issue for me because my mom is a Catholic, and she's against it.
Okay. Yeah.
She's very against it. When I told her that I have a boyfriend and we're getting married, she wasn't very happy, and I was very sad. I was upset because I want her to understand and who I am, but
sorry.
and she keeps telling me that it's against our religion, blah blah blah. It's like, mother, I'm in love and we love each other, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You are so polite. By the way, when my grandmother told this, in my mom's side, we were having lunch in her round table with a lazy Susan, and she was saying she didn't really believe in gay marriage. And I said to her, "Would you rather that, my uncle found someone he loved, or he, booked around, basically?" And then
Yeah.
she just was stunned about that. But that conversation hasn't really been so normalized with probably the older generations that everyone needs love, like anyone.
Yeah. So I explained to her that I'm like you guys. You want to be with somebody for the rest of your life. I'm the same. I just want the same sex. I'm gay, and you have to accept it. Period.
Yeah.
Yeah, love is
Exactly.
love. Yeah.
Wait, let's go back to Clar before her internet cracks.
Oo nga, Clar, what you were saying, your ways?
Okay.
Nag-crack.
Sorry, I'm back. Okay, what? Hello.
Your ways, what were you saying, Clar? Continue. Your ways?
Oh, okay. So that's voice. When I start driving, it goes, ayan na naman, magbo-booking na naman siya. And it's so funny, and I'm really on the way to booking. Parang, oh my God, thank you, Waze. Or
Thank you.
when I arrive on my destination, it goes, happy booking. And I'm like, oh my God, thank you, Waze. I really will have a happy booking. I'll send you the voice. It's so fun. Because
I'm
like when
gonna
you're in
change my ways.
if you're in a
Who knew,
rotunda, if you're in a rotunda, he goes, okay, take the second exit para magka-jowa. Oh, diba? How fun,
Really?
diba?
What's that?
It's this hilarious. Grabe, we're really deviating. It's this hilarious. I'll send it to you guys. It's this hilarious Waze voice. Parang, ika nga ni Beyonce, turn left. Ganyan. I love it.
Okay,
Sorry,
we have
next
here-
topic.
We have your audience that I think we should share. I think this is really good. For my own experience, sometimes it's kind of difficult. I've got married into an American guy and his family is Spaniard. The culture is different. Tayong mga Pinoy are mostly sensitive. Do you agree or disagree?
I agree.
I agree.
Culture really sometimes it breaks the relationship if you don't understand each other or give the chance. So it's actually hard. I'm just very happy. I'm just very lucky that I'm very independent and I'm always busy, so it doesn't really matter to me. And my husband is very, how do you call this? Open-minded. So there's no drama. Walang drama.
I want to get to that, Cherry.
I know. I want to fast forward to something with no drama, and you just, sometimes you just want to know I feel like at the end of the day, just frustration.
Syempre, like, but I think naman, like, for every family, like, there is always drama with the in-laws. So it's really more of like, par how Poi is, it's really like, he's very independent. He's very, you know, it's really how he deals with it na. So if our family, bibigay ng advice, hindi kasal.
Go ahead, Mark. I will dig the advice.
But okay, but I live with a mom who's overly sensitive. So it's really more of like how we manage each other or how we deal. So let's say he's married. So syempre, like at this time, it's your husband na talaga that comes first. Second na si mom. Like it's more of acceptance na ganyan. So I think, exactly. Poi is like that na. You've entered the marriage,
Guys, before we move on, I really, really like this. I like this question because it's very specific. They say in interracial relationships attraction, there is a fine line between having a type and fetishizing based on race, aka BBC, the exotic oriental chick, male to order brides. What's your take on that? Since we're usually on the receiving end of that fetish.
Ako embrace it. Like, girl, you like Asians, girl. Check me out. So no, I mean not to degrade yourself, but you know, use it as a way to like elevate yourself. Like, hey, I'm Asian, and like, kunyari, I have a booking. I really warn them that, like, hey, I look like this, I look like that, and you know what? You learn moves. I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's more of like you na rin, parang setting your boundaries. If you're
Oh my god.
I'm saying as Asians, we need to be more assertive. Grabe may upo. Para lalaki. Assertive. So if there's something, you've reached the point that you're like not comfortable, you should be strong and have that voice to say, you know what, this isn't working for me. Like, I'ma say no. You know what? It's okay to say goodbye because tomorrow is another cute guy.
Another booking, di ba? Tama. Okay. Ikaw, Puey, Bea, what do you guys think?
Puey, ikaw muna.
Well, you know, it's the same thing kasi parang di ba tayo mga Asians, we like, we also fantasize white men. I don't know. So para sa akin lang, it's the same thing.
Yeah. You know what? For me, it's really, there's such a thing as called yellow fever, right? And like what you're saying, Clar, it's just upgrade your, like, just highlight it if you really see a benefit in that. But one time I sat beside a guy in the airplane, and he asked me, he was about maybe almost 60, and he asked me which one should I consider my wife. I think he was coming from Australia. We were sharing the same plane. He's like, and he showed me the photos of the women. Like, obviously, Filipinas are very beautiful. They're very nurturing. But there is that, what you say, exotic. But I think most people, they just don't want to be alone. And they like the nurturing aspect of either a yellow fever or a Asian.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it's a bad thing as long as two people don't feel alone and they're not toxic to each other.
Yeah.
And one thing about us Asians, especially Filipino, because we're caring. That's one thing about my husband loves about me, because I really care for him. And alam mo yon.
Ayoko na.
Ako din talaga, kanina pa ako.
Pag ano, diba? Minsan pag pareho strong yung personality, nagka-clash. So I'm always the one who, okay, hon, like, what do you like? What do you need? Same thing with him, but he's very, very caring also. So I'm just very lucky.
Yeah, I think the answer, again, there's nothing wrong with fetishizing races or anything, as long as it's within the realm of being respectful and you're not being disrespectful and racist when it comes to it, because you're citing things that you find attractive, not something that you're not stereotyping people or anything. Like, you gravitate towards black men because I guess you like big dicks. I mean, or you gravitate towards, like, I don't know. You're just focusing on the positive. Look at it that way, and not I like Asians because they're submissive. It's not that. They like Asians because naturally most Asians, I guess, are more caring. Let's all look at it that way.
Or I guess what helps if you're parang especially if you're meeting in an online setting, it's more of
Mm.
as everything in life is manage expectations. So kung may kausap kang AFAM, you're like, oh, you're thinking na, oh my God, he's gonna think I'm some petite submissive girl. Sinasabihan ko na, I'm like, hoy ha, not naman hoy, I'm like, hey, hey, I'm not like the tiny girl, ganyan. Oh wait, sorry, I read it. Not just Grace. Sorry. So yeah, it's more of that. It's if you don't want to be parang placed in a stereotype, you tell them na set on. Like I say that na, like, hey, I'm not like this. I'm not a petite. I'm not submissive. I'm very loud, ganyan. So at least you take yourself out of that box na, and you cross yourself
Yeah.
that stereotype.
Yeah.
And also, just because there are stereotypes doesn't mean you have to force yourself to fit into it. Just because they were attracted because you're Asian, don't automatically assume the submissive role. Just do things in your own comfort zone. Bea, wait, before we forget, Bea, we do have an anonymous letter.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because we've been so engrossed in all these, like, stumbling blocks and lots
Yeah.
of differences. But I do have an anonymous letter. Okay,
Mm-mm.
so I will read it out to you guys. Please feel free to give your most I don't know how you're gonna do this. Practical advice. So, dear thirsty girls, I'm a German viewer based in Australia. I met a beautiful Filipina and we've been dating for a year. Before lockdown, I took her to Sexy Land. It's a sex toy shop in the city of Melbourne that is just a block away from work. It was an exciting little trip for us on a Friday night, as we wanted to spice up our bedroom time. There's a bit of a catch. We went into the shop and she looked alarmingly uneasy. While I went straight to the explicit toys, she grabbed a tiny vibrator, size of a double A battery, and said that it was her first ever toy. Then she whispered, I'm not sure I'd be into it. Help! This is a red flag for me. What do I do? As in Germany, we love our adult toys. Help.
On Clar,
Ano?
what can you advise? I'm on the conservative side also.
Okay.
We all saw Char.
We never play toys.
back.
Okay.
Me
So,
as the person.
so
I sorry po. I'm sorry.
I'm not an expert of this one, so you guys can
Yeah.
advise. But if I were a guy, maybe if I can advise the guy, maybe you just have to respect also. If you like the woman, if you like the girl, as a gentleman, you should respect the boundaries, respect the woman, respect the girl. Then try to, if you want to do this with her, maybe just slowly introduce that slowly, and don't force her, because then that's a no.
Mm-mm.
I
Agree.
I agree. Like it has to be you have to make the experience great for her. So
Yeah.
if you turn her off like at the start, as Poi said, like if you force her, like bye. Because yeah, I'm gonna say it, like sex toys like are still really new, or it's really just in our nature. Like that, this hasn't been an area that we've explored. But as the person who bought sex toys for her office mates, this is what you do.
But I think in my own also experience, this guy is not in love with the girl, because if you're in love with someone with or without a toy, you will love her.
Mm.
Mm.
Ayan na. German.
Well-
German viewer based in Australia.
Well, ako,
Yeah.
if like he's insistent, like tama siya, like she bought the double A batteries, like start small, start very basic, ganyan, like battery powered, and then you just like, it's progress, not perfection. So you gotta start somewhere. With the
Especially
toy.
if it's girls' first dive into sex toys, a double A battery size toy is more than enough to dip her toes in and slowly
Yeah,
ease her
exactly.
into your adult toy world that she's not used to. And
Mm.
at the end of the day, if she's not into it, you cannot fault her for not being into your sex toy level. I
But
think
also
that
I
yeah.
would think they're also on a great track. They went to the to toy shop together. So like we should applaud anonymous letter writer. Na it's something that they're exploring as a couple.
Yeah.
So they could start there. So they went na, and then next they could watch like I guess porn together or like fan fiction, like whatever floats their boat.
Yeah, or maybe it's not toys. Maybe they could read books or something. I don't know.
Oh my God, yeah, that's super my jam also.
Okay, so thank you for your advice. Mukhang mahirapan to. Pero you know what? You're right. May mga tao dito. Ease it in. Take it easy. Ayan, yung mga never, you know what? Never take no as a, when they say I'm not.
This is good advice. Find the gateway kink. Oh. Ease it in, find an entry point, then try.
Okay, all right. Sige. Well, German viewer, we have no idea what's gonna happen to you, but good luck.
Update us. I would love to know.
Yeah, it's not one thing I want to say. It's not a red flag. I just feel like
it's not.
Yeah, it's not a red flag.
If she bought something for herself, he should buy something for himself to show her na, hey, you know what? It's a two-way street. I'm gonna buy a cock ring for myself. Like, we can watch each other. I don't know.
Specific here.
Build it up.
Okay. Good luck, German gentlemen. Okay, we'll go on next stage of scuba diving and the cross-cultural oceans of dating. So the next one I wanted to bring up is going down, like basically the descent of the waters. You have to stay slow and calm and really equalize the pressure in your ears, right? So too quickly and eardrums can rupture. I want to start off with a question again with our audience. This one's a good one. In your experience, what are the best and worst interracial, intercultural combinations with Filipinos? May mga combinations bang hindi dapat i-pursue?
Clar, what happened to her?
Ayan na naman.
She's frozen na naman.
You don't answer that.
Okay. Okay, I'll baby intro it. Feeling ko with Filipinos, us in general, I feel like we were colonized for so long, and we all have this whole mentality that we're so into Americans and things like that. So I feel like as a culture, us Filipinos are easy to mesh with. That's my opinion. How about you, Puey and Clar?
Sorry, I didn't get the question.
We'll repeat the question, Clar. So the one question here was, are there mixes or interracial, intercultural combinations with Filipinos that don't necessarily, work?
Yeah, with Filipinos.
Oh, boy. It's just asking who we won't get along with. But sorry, Paul, you were saying.
Yeah.
I heard Italians, not so much. I know there's a lot of Italian Filipinos, but that are married. But I heard that the Italian men tend to be very
wandering eyes.
For me, that's actually, for me, like going back, that's actually my best booking, the Italians. Because in a booking, your goal is not a one-night stand, is a many-night stand. Char. Dapat may follow up.
Yeah.
So it's really kanya-kanya. But I guess I would think maybe one of the barriers would be something like, Italians would be good because they're actually very, into family oriented. So I would think maybe it would be a very sensitive topic. I would think maybe if by Pinoy you mean a Catholic, very conservative Pinoy, maybe with another religion or someone that's like atheist, so something that's very fundamental, like from the foundation, doon na pa lang, it's not a match. Ika nga ni Tinder. It's not a match.
Religion is a big thing, right?
Yeah,
I think that's it's something that can really divide two people. You have to clarify that.
Yeah, I feel like for me, more than race, but with an issue with me would be religion. Because I think I'm still a practicing Catholic, so parang hirap rin to adjust to something that's very different to what we learned.
Exactly. So, parang asking someone, because even though like kunyari, not so much practicing, but a lot of our activities are still ingrained. Like we still celebrate Christmas, we still do this. Like a lot of it's religion oriented. So if someone is asking you, hey, change this for me, parang dun pala, you gotta change like your entire persona for this one person. And if you're up for it, like good luck, all the best to you. But if it's not, like, maybe it's not a match.
Yeah. We have also a rule in the house, because my husband, in the States, they listen to Christmas songs after Thanksgiving. And that's tayo, di ba, September 1 pa lang, we listen to Christmas music. And he doesn't like it. Like, so what I do is, like, the first year, parang I couldn't understand. Like, I was so hurt because parang, why? It's my culture, blah, blah, blah. So what I did, of course I respect him. What I do, I just listen to with my headphones in the morning.
I've done that.
Oh my god.
Diba?
So there. But I have a question. Like diet, like I know you said kanina, like you being carnivorous talaga. Like,
Yeah.
and your husband being vegetarian. That's not an issue, or has it, or at the start?
At start, it was, and now that when I moved to his house, I actually, because you know what he did is he tried to adjust his cooking because he loves to cook, and he likes, I like rich flavor in my food, and he tried experimenting vegetarian food that tastes like real, with meat, and I started to like it. So now I like his food, but what we do now is, like, I cook once a week, and then that's what I eat every day, and then he would take care of the lunch and take care of dinner. So it's parang balance lang. So,
So
and the thing is, he doesn't like to smell the kitchen na
pag may meat,
may meat. Oo. Yun lang yung medyo issue namin. Pero ako naman, I'm okay with it because, I travel all the time. So I just make sure that the time that I spend with him is just really for him. Because half of the year I'm away.
oh.
Is that an
LDR
issue? Is that an issue,
Yun pa,
distance?
yun pa pala. LDR na to. Tell us more.
For us, not. It's never been an issue because since we met, he knew that I travel a lot because of my work. Because we had stores in Europe and in Asia, so I would travel every other month, and he knows that I'm always away. So, and he knows that I'm very career oriented, and he is also. So we respect that.
Gusto ko na yan. Ayoko na.
Yeah, and like you said, Boy, diba, you guys are very into communication, and I think that's like the most important thing, that you guys constantly communicate about, you traveling and him and all the other things. Guys, what a question. Westerners or Asians?
Sino yan?
Grabe naman.
Ito mga Frannies.
I hear there's another question here. What about now if it's going past races? What
Oh
about
my god, there.
when your difference stemmed into politics? How do you guys handle those kinds of differences?
Well, I'm glad that my husband, we're the same. We're Democrats, so we're the same page in politics. But
Ikaw,
his,
Clar. Yeah. I know, go ahead, boy.
but his, I'm sorry. I think it's
No, go
private.
ahead, go ahead.
No, go ahead,
Okay,
boy.
sorry.
Go ahead,
Okay.
Clar.
For me, well, so that's like a US version. Well, here, well, sa atin medyo grabe, no? Like, because our world, like, syempre Manila po, di ba? It's very small. Like, as much as, like,
Yeah.
you're on one side, you're always gonna rub elbows with the other side. And I always wondered, like, how these people, like, got along with each other, ganyan. So, I guess, as a couple, so parang from a high level, kaya yon, parang plastikan, ganyan. But I think as a couple, like, this is something that, you should look into, especially, or you should decide as a couple, especially if it's like a family thing. Like, if his family is parang of this, parang political direction, and then parang, it's how, and then siya, you have to gauge ano yung level of, like, attachment niya to that political
Yeah.
is like, kung
Yeah.
kaya nyo mag-deviate, kaya naman. Because like, ako not necessarily like a fam, but like, I see my parents, like, my parang extended family is of a different like opinion, but my family is of our own. So parang we just keep to ourselves. So it's something that's like achievable, especially in a Philippine setting. It depends on you and your partner, like how attached you are to that certain direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope that
This
makes
is
sense, though.
this is what I want to ask
But
about.
going back,
Yeah.
sorry, Western
Go on.
Asians. I like Asians. So we talked about this when we had our briefing. I like mine. Sorry, and I kind of had a lot of drink na. I kind of like my Arabo. So we've been talking AFAM. Everyone thinks Caucasian, European, American.
I've never
Girl,
tried. I never tried.
Asia represent Africa. It's time for Africa. Chang So it's time for Africa slash Asia. So I really like my Middle Eastern ones. Have you entered like I'm like Dubai? Like girl, immigration pa lang. Like laglag ovary. Like not even panty. As in yung ovary ko na yung laglag. Parang I couldn't
That's
even talk. Sa sobrang pogi. And like, they're looking at you
ang dami
intently.
nila, diba? It's so funny.
Seriously.
Before, nung single pa ako, I would go to Dubai. And kahit taxi drivers, ang gagwapo, di ba? So pag taxi driver, sa harap ako umuupo.
At pala, Bea.
Mas mabait yung hello. Parang ganun. Iba
No,
talaga.
like, hello, mas Habibi.
That's the
Wow.
No. I'm gonna say, yeah, I love
Oh my
it.
God, I
And
miss
then
Dubai.
I've only been once. I love it. Like,
Okay,
may
guys,
pwede pala akong booking doon.
I'm going. Okay.
Sama ako. And then tayo pa yung market, the big girls.
Diba? Bam.
It's
Okay,
like, they need the booty.
Yeah.
Sorry, medyo ano na
So,
ako.
guys, okay, we're in part C na enjoying the dive. So, okay, let's say you've hooked your AFAM, okay? So how do you know if it's right for you? How do you know if it's time to relocate? Do you relocate there or you relocate? Taka lang, ano ba? I've had a bit to drink. When do you know if it's time for them to relocate here or you relocate there or it's time to dislocate the relationship? When do you know if this is
Yeah.
actually the one?
Well, and
Yeah.
in
Go
my
ahead.
case, parang you'll know when it's the right person. Parang sometimes there's no explanation na. You don't have to. It's just parang it's very fluid. It's very smooth. What happened to us with my husband, it's parang it was meant to be. And when he told me that I moved to his house, then it's okay. I'll move to your house. It's easy.
How long was that?
Yeah, how long was this
Before
like a one boy?
We got married in January this year, but the
Mhm.
problem was right after our wedding. Actually, on the day of the wedding, I didn't know that I was getting married. So he picked me up in the morning, and he took me to City Hall and signed like, "What are we doing?" I was on my sweatpants and hoodies.
That was my
And
dream wedding. You have my
Oh God,
dream
ayoko
wedding.
na. Bye-bye. Goodbye, everyone.
and then when
Ayoko
we were signing the paper, I was like, "Is this our marriage?" Like, yeah, sort of. Like, okay. And then after that, I texted my friends, "Hey, I just got married. Can you come? I'm cooking." And then the day after I left, I flew back to Manila because I had work here. So we didn't really had the time to get to like do the honeymoon. And then I got locked down here. I was here till July, I think. Yeah, July. Then I get back, and then I was staying in downtown LA, and then he moved my stuff to the storage, and he moved some of my stuff to his house. And when I get back, oh, I have a new house. It's different. And but the thing is, before that, I'm always every weekend I stay at his house. So it was kind of normal. It was an easy transition because I feel like I'm ready. I was ready and a bit. I've been wanting to move in with him, to be with, to take care of him, and spend the rest
Yeah.
of my life with my husband.
So it was a smooth transition. See, when things
Oh.
are nice and easy, Bea, I think that's when we know it's right.
Mm.
When it's just nice,
Yeah, smooth
easy.
transition. Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah. So, Shari, is anything hard for you lately?
nothing, not really. It depends on what you're asking. I
I
just
do
like,
like what Boy is saying about when I like that you were traveling and doing your what you had to do, and then you got back and he looked after things the same way you would care for him in other ways, because I think
Yeah.
if you both know that and the transition is easy, then it's really not dislocate, it's
Yeah.
basically relocate, or just it's not even relocate, it's just you've always kind of parang you're starting to ease in the
Yeah.
situation. Wow, I'm like sobrang kilig or something. I
Boy,
don't know.
boy, I have a
No.
question. Boy,
Yeah.
do you think there's a specific, is there a special way, other way to cultivate a relationship when it's a mixed race relationship versus like when you're the same race? Do you have to give it special treatment in some way or extra care?
Yeah, he does actually more onto me because he knows, he he knows my culture is very, how do you call that? Um, Parang we're kind of laid back more than the Americans, because the Americans are very straightforward.
Yeah.
They're very upfront. But he knows that I'm a little bit shy
Mm-mm,
if I need something,
mm-mm.
Yeah.
and and he knows that I'm very close to my family and my friends. I value my friends. So it was more of him that tried to, how do you call that? Yung parang pakisamahan ako.
Like
Kasi ako,
integrate.
yeah. Because me, I know that foreigners are like Americans. They're very it's just black and white. There's no gray area for
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, we have an interesting question also before we move on. What if you're looking for a relationship talaga? But then since you're using an app, parang expected ng foreigners talaga kapag nag-match, meet up, let's get it on na agad ang gusto. How? How do you guys handle that if they just want a booking when what you want is a relationship? How do you
Well,
handle?
sometimes it starts with a booking, and then you build a relationship from that booking.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
yun.
gonna
yeah,
say
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
say
It's
yes
true.
to that.
It's true.
So book so grabe pinauso ang booking. But yeah, I would agree. So if like okay, it happens in an app. You're talking to a guy and then he sends like a dick pic. If that's not your jam, girl, edi block. Anyway, it's a numbers game. So
Yeah.
I like the dick pic. So collect them all, share to all.
Share them to all.
No, keep it to yourself.
Gago,
I
gago she. Can I say that? Gago siya.
yeah.
He sent it to you. Parang bitch.
Oh, I don't know. When I
But,
get a dick pic, I keep it in my pocket. It's mine.
diba? Ako, I share to my friends. Like, parang, oh my God, girl, look at him, ho. Like, oh, it's like, I don't want a garden snake. I want a king cobra. Ganyan.
Oh my god.
But, okay, if you're looking for a relationship, yun na nga, it's really where you are na in life. Parang, it's exactly what she wanted. The person that asked, she was like, I want a relationship. So if you want a relationship, don't waste your time on those guys who are just looking for a paycheck.
Oh my God, ayan na
The
naman.
sensei of Clar. But
Bea, do you ayan na, ayan, okay.
yeah,
Clark, you're back.
I
Go
sorry,
ahead.
what
I have an
sorry.
advice. The
yeah.
best time to look for a relationship is when you're not looking for a relationship.
Oh my God, we got this advice last week.
Boy, I'm always looking naman
I
kasi.
agree.
Paano na? Pinapray ko yan lagi kay God. Alam mo ba, God?
Well,
My
sometimes
God.
the more, pag hindi mo siya pinipray, binibigay sa'yo yun.
Yeah,
Yung
yeah, I agree.
energy,
Alam mo,
para sa akin, I believe that yung energy, pag masyado mong ginugusto, minsan hindi binibigay sa'yo yun kasi it means hindi ka
Yeah.
pa ready.
Boy, I like your advice, and I promise you, I'm going to take it. I'm over it, and
no.
you know what? When it comes, it will come.
Yeah, it will come. Like
Yeah, I
it's
agree.
not
Oh, we
just
should pray na lang for COVID and, healing.
yeah.
Wag na si jowa. Like, mamaya ka na,
Yeah.
jowa. And, God will listen. God knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She keeps cutting.
But I agree with what Poy is saying. Basically, when you're not looking, like some of my best connections have happened because I wasn't
It's the
looking.
best.
Yeah.
It's the best. Kasi parang
Yeah.
nandiyan yung element ng surprise kasi you didn't know you were not looking at tsaka dumating, and it's always the best experience for me.
Mm.
I
And a
like that.
friendship.
Yeah.
Friendship, Bea. What about you, Bea? How do you handle your dick pics? Keep it in your back pocket. Can you
Are we
share?
talking about cross-cultural here or dick pics?
I
Oh my
don't know.
God.
The AFAM sent you dick pics. Oh, cross-cultural na yon.
Do you keep it
Un-
private, Bea?
Unfortunately, I never get any. So,
Me too. I never
Never.
get
Oh my gosh. Alam mo, I will share. What do you like?
you know what?
Oh my God.
However,
I cannot share this to my husband, this show.
No, he feels like this one. You're the guiding light.
Like,
guys, he's
like-
a curator.
like we
I,
talked
I
about.
can see him already. He's gonna be like, oh my no.
Yeah.
I do think, wait, 1 second, ladies. When they don't send you dick pics, I think they're worth hanging around for.
You know what?
Exactly.
I think I agree with you 100%. I feel like dick pics when sent unsolicited is terrible dick pics. But when you ask for a dick pic and you're kind of demure about it at first, and then eventually you get your dick pic, you're like, oh my god, it's my reward. Then that's a nice dick pic. But when you get a dick pic, like, bam, you're like, oh,
Okay, guys, this is a
Unsolicited.
cross-cultural episode.
I know.
I'm gonna cut you both.
Clark is there. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so we asked if we need special maintenance. We said yes, definitely need more maintenance for this. But based on our research, actually, to those of you guys who actually prefer the foreign cultures, based on our research, that statistically they work more, or the rate of success is actually much higher than the usual relationships, because one is that it makes it you have to bring in more effort to actually make the relationship work, meaning it's more high, what's the word there, high investment. It's high investment, make people take more care of it, so that's why naturally it leads to less divorces, mixed relationships. So guys, listen to all of our advice here and find yours for a lasting marriage, right, Bea?
Be
Or
like
just,
boy.
pick someone up and go take them to City Hall. If you know it's right, it's right.
Somebody kind. Don't forget, somebody kind. Take them to City Hall, and that's it, in their pajamas.
Okay, one question for Boy, and maybe Clara as well, if you can share. If there was someone, I mean, for Boy, it's someone you love, right? Your husband. How do you, like, I know you do, like, you care for him and then he tries to integrate into your culture. Are there little things you guys do routine to make sure you both adapt to each other's culture?
Yes, actually, we have a twice a week. He would cook Asian food for me.
Oh, I like that.
Oh,
Yes, he would cook Asian food, and he would take me to the Filipino. He would take me to the Filipino grocery, and then he would pick like chips that I love. And then if I go to the like Ralph's, I would, or Whole Foods, I would get naman food that he likes. So when I go home, I have something for him, and then when I go to Asian's grocery, he will take something, for me. So it's a give and take relationship. It's always like that. And it has to be like that. It has to be give and take. Because pag give lang ng give at saka take ng take, it's not gonna work.
agreed, boy. Super agreed. Give and give, take it. Oh, how nice, boy. You guys, you have such relationship goals. It's so nice to hear.
I know. Naging
Okay,
ano
for
na rin
Clar
ako,
naman. For Clar naman, because like some of, our audience, not necessarily, in a very stable relationship. Maybe like Shar and I were looking, not looking apparently.
We're not supposed to say that.
Are there moments where when you've met someone you really like an Arabo, and you really want to get to know them, and you really want to say you appreciate their culture, what are the little things you do na, to make them feel like you're open?
Then you want to
Well,
learn.
it's like that. Especially like what Poi said. It's like if you notice, his was like about food. So it's like it's something about that. It's like parang something common. So food wise, like let's say kahit
She's just not loving
got lost.
loving the Wi-Fi. She needs better Wi-Fi.
I know. Sorry, I said I was gonna
It's
stay in a
okay.
WeWork, but it's
I do hope she has better chances with cross-cultural dating.
yeah. Sorry.
Okay,
It's
Clara,
okay.
go.
Okay.
We're
Oh
here to
yeah.
listen.
So yeah, going back to Poi, na his was their thing was like food. So go yeah, it's the same pa din. Like parang finding that food talaga is so universal.
Yeah.
So parang when I was dating the British guy, his thing talaga was tea. So parang we reached his birthday. I even gave it gave a present. Like parang ako nagko-coffee and then like parang I give him like a tea diffuser kind of thing. And these like na-appreciate naman ata. But I think so it's there, like finding something that's very universal, like food, ganyan, and it's like
Yeah.
making a little extra effort to give it to them. Parang they will still appreciate it.
Hmm.
I love that.
Sorry,
It's
it's
about
not.
effort.
Yeah, it's effort that like we're so needy. We require so much. So I mean, conting like sige, like you win this round. I'll give it
So
to
Mhm.
you.
how about Puy and Clar naman? What's your advice to the AFAMs? What's your advice to the foreigners? How are they
Mm.
supposed to treat naman the Filipinas? Or Filipinos? What's your
Well,
advice? Just one advice.
Filipinos or Filipinos are very easy to please. Actually,
Hmm.
um, just take them to a restaurant because we love to eat,
Hmm.
and I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm very easy to please. Just make sure that you understand the culture. Number one, and make sure that you eat adobo.
Oh. Soy sauce and chicken.
Yes. And just respect the culture, especially the family, because it's yung lagi pinag-awayan ng couple, especially like the straight men, man and woman, husband and wife. That's the issue palagi. Parang if a foreigner, like let's say white guy, sometimes hindi niya maintindihan yung culture ng Filipino because we're so into our family.
Mm-mm.
Sometimes like why do you support your family all the time, blah blah blah. It is our culture. We
Yeah.
you
Take care.
know
Yeah.
and you have to understand that because my husband before parang he doesn't understand na why do I help my family ganyan. But I told him the reason why I came here and work because that's what I need to do. If you cannot understand that, then
It's
it's
Yeah.
not
it's
your
the
yeah.
problem. Yeah, because they're the reason why I'm here. So you have to understand. But si him naman. So siya naintindihan niya. So now he would remind me, oh, how's your mom? Ganyan, how's your sisters? Ganyan. So it's you just have to tell them nicely and make sure they understand properly.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I can relate from that because I had a lot of conflict in my past love life in terms of like family, and I am I love my family, but there was a time I probably wasn't so close to my family because I chose the other person.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it really drove a wedge. Even if you don't want it to, you fought a lot about little things. Like you could be fighting about
Yeah.
order, or you could be fighting about a really petty thing like being late. But it wasn't about being late. It was about all the issues about family, because Filipinos, we love our family. And once you you have to understand, as a foreigner, you're always going to be kind of not second best, but you have to understand that family is always first.
first. Correct.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
drop
I have to agree.
right?
True.
So, heavy yan. But, what do you think, Shari and Clar? Okay naman kayo?
Ako for me, aside from that, like, you have family, but it's also like, medyo kulang tayo sa mga skills. Like, ako, for me, personally, like, I can't speak for everyone. Kulang ako sa skill set. Like, I don't know how to do basic house things, like doing laundry, ganyan. So parang, if I was with someone who was very independent, who can do a lot of things on his own, parang ako, I'm like, washing machine, like, ano yan, friend? Ganyan. It sounds pretentious. But real. Like, Bea, you live alone, so you know how to work a working machine.
Yeah.
Washing
But
machine.
I really messed up a lot.
Yeah,
I
diba?
really didn't know, a lot.
So parang those stereotypes of them na of like what a wife should be ganyan. It's like it's not there. It's parang you expect me to cook for you every night? No, it's more, and also aside from family, like I wanna mimic, like echo what Poy said, like that is very true. Like whatever you say, tama pa din yung nanay ko. Like my mom will trump everything that you said. Like you can be my husband, you can be my jowa, but once my mom says that, like, honey, sorry, no, parang, or
Yeah.
you don't have time to speak to them. Because honestly, like I'm in like, or ako for me, like also friends come into a factor. Like I still like to have. I mean, I'm still in that stage that I still like to hang out with my friends. Ganyan. So it's like if a guy was be like, hey, don't hang out with them, just hang out with me instead. Like parang, I guess kaya wala akong jowa ngayon because I'm not yet in that stage. So it's more understanding that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
ako naman, like for that, like,
Nice.
ako, we nagsiset ako ng, let's say, a week, tomorrow or like this week, I'll spend time with my friends and then I'll have dinner with them. Nakaset, it's planned. So parang there's no surprises and dapat planado. Kasi to build a relationship, you have to respect each other. So, para mag-lasting relationship, so dapat, respect each other, guys. Kasi, syempre, gusto ng husband, ng partners natin, kasama tayo all the time, di ba?
Yeah. I have to say though, the whole planning is very new to me because boy, I've always dated very spontaneous people. Like they text out of nowhere, like wala lang, like you want to go here, ganyan. And then lately, I've been noticing the whole organization is crucial to successful life and coexistence. So, yan, mag-organize kayo. Bring out your planners. Magti-2021 na.
Yeah.
So guys, we are towards the end of our episode and we do want at least one sentence takeaways from all of us, what we learned from each other or one last minute advice you want to give. But before that, there is this one question though I want us want Poy and Scar to answer before we go to our conclusions. This one lang. Have you guys experienced cross-cultural LDR and how do you keep the spark alive?
Yeah. Maganda
Our
yan.
last question.
That's
Well,
super for Poy. Half the
That's
month,
my current
half the year.
Mm.
So, we talk like 4 times a day. When I wake up, he's the first person I talk to, and before I sleep, he's the last person I talk to. And because aside from being partners in life, we're also business partners. So he manages he's my business manager. He's the CEO of our company. So we talk about business also. We talk about personal life, and parang long distance to me, it doesn't really affect the relationship, to be honest, because I'm used to this setup.
Okay.
Just what else? What else can I say? So, you know what? When you love each other, even if you're far away, it doesn't take away the sparkle. It's still there.
For me naman, so before I found out the guy was married, so there was sparkle. Let's keep it that way. But for me, I would say take advantage of the technology that we have now, that we are so modern.
Exactly.
So, there is video call. Okay, so,
Yeah.
like what Poi said, like you guys talk to each other 4 times a day. So yes, correct, do that. And then at the same time, I mean, if you're more of a visual or if you're more of a physical person, there's nothing wrong with going on your sexy chat. Like,
I love a sexy
a
chat.
little, a little there. Or it's your time, kayong dalawa. I mean, if you're already in a relationship with this person, there's already trust there.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
alam mo yon, like, surprising them with, like, a booty pic, a boob pic, alam mo yon, will make their day na, okay, I'm sorry. I guess it's a
Okay.
whole other topic. How
We have a new
comfortable are
intro
you?
and outro, so it's okay. We totally go
Yeah,
for it.
Okay.
so yeah, I mean, keep the spark alive. So with that, yun na nga, take advantage of the technology that we have to, like, show everything that you've got, literally everything. So
Yeah.
pakita mo na.
Love it.
So to our,
Okay.
yeah.
So to our conclusions, Bea, tell me, what did you learn today?
What did I learn today? When it's right, it's right. Pumunta na kayo sa City Hall. Joke lang.
The farm! Pupunta tayong the farm!
Magdasal sa mango tree.
Magdasal na lang kayo. That's my only
To
thing.
Saint
But,
Jude of impossible things. Saint Jude.
I mean, for me, it's really understanding each other. I think the hardest thing about cross-cultural dating is that there is a lot of chances of misunderstanding because
Mhm.
it's like nurture versus nature, right? Like you had so many
Yeah.
different factors and environments. So my thing is, if you are, flexible, very open-minded, kaya, and just be a straight up. Like for me, in the past, I probably downplayed that family is important, but now I'm like, no, family's important. And organization is also key. You can't pretend na carefree ka when you're not. So, yun. um, Plan and be mindful in getting into cross-cultural relationship. It's a lot of hard work, but it's very rewarding, I think.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Tama.
Clar.
Mina, well, since I represent the singleton looking for AFAMs, for me, it's be open. So, don't give up on the dating apps. Don't, if we're done with COVID, with the pandemic, go do your activities. You'll meet a lot of people there. And then at the same time, just be yourself, find your market, and it will take a lot of work. Like, there will be, it's a numbers game, is essentially it. There will be a lot of, there will be hits and misses, but eventually you'll find the one, and we can all be like Poi with our hobby. So don't look for it for God. If you do, be specific. Humingi ka na ng pogi.
Take, guwapo. Brit, sabi mo.
Yeah.
Oo.
Shari, take it away. Kailangan na i-consolidate mo yung mga takeaways namin.
For
Oo.
me, okay, takeaway ko is that it takes effort, and the effort has to come from both sides. Communication, as usual, is key.
Yeah.
But if you're the only one pushing for your LDR or your cross cultural relationship to work, it's not gonna work. It takes two people communicating, and two people working hard. I think that's the main lesson that I learned from Poi, especially. Based on what I heard, like his husband puts just as much effort as he does, and I think that's why the relationship is so beautiful and it just works so smoothly
Yeah.
because it's from two people. And I think that's what's important. Stop forcing people into your lives. Don't just because I want the black guy or I want the
Mhm.
white guy, I want the blah blah blah. Look
Yeah.
for genuinely great people who want to work with you and make your relationship work, and then you'll be a happy person. And don't force it. Don't well, let's not maybe not pray to the mango tree. Just go with the flow.
Exactly.
Mango.
This
And
one's a good
also,
one.
the other
Yeah.
one though also is live life like Clar. I love it. Be open to all kinds of bookings and experiences. You never know where your booking might lead you. I love it.
Can be long-term
Sorry,
stay.
can I have my last pala? Like, I think
Yes.
that should be our
Yeah.
culminating if you are in that booking phase of in your life. Guys, safe pa din ha. Please be safe.
Tama yan.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Please be safe.
Bookings are only fun if they're safe bookings.
Safe ha. Safe.
Okay, let's end with audience lesson 3. Thank you for this. Plan a reasonable schedule and respect each other's time and efforts. Very well
that
said.
is very true.
Simple.
Clap, clap, clap.
Be
Agreed.
reasonable. Mahirap ang cross-cultural.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you, Clar, and thank you, Puey. We learned a lot. And I had a lot of fun.
Fun, guys.
That was a great
Please
episode.
make your husband watch it. Please. I'm so
And tell us what
excited.
you think. Okay. So guys, for our
Wow, how
episode,
the fuck yun sa dick pic?
hindi mo tayo malong dick pic. Eggplant lang yun.
I'll
So
send
guys,
you pala.
for our episode next Wednesday, it's inspired by our anonymous caller last week over caffeinated. So we'll be chatting about when to give and when to give up. So tune in and head to our YouTube page and subscribe and set a reminder so you don't miss a beat. So again, next episode is when to give and when to give up.
And then, of course, I love documenting our lessons here. I'm that really nerdy student. And I'm going to wrap up the last week's episode and this week's episode on what you can learn, whether you're going to go cross-cultural or just finding the one. So, subscribe to our newsletter because I write it. And kailangan ko ng kausap. So, please, subscribe na lang kayo dyan. And then, ask me for advice. I won't give it to you, but I'm going to ask someone who knows. Don't worry. I'll consolidate.
Send us in questions and we love all the love advice. And also, guys, don't forget, please follow Must Love Wines on Instagram. Great company. So again, guys, thank you, Puey. Thank you, Clar. I love it. Thank you to our audience. You guys were great today. And stay thirsty, everyone. Join us again next week for another chit chat. And we hope that we help you become less blind in love and infatuation and just focus on what's good for our love lives, guys. So again, see you next week. Bye, guys. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Paul and
you.
Clar.
Thanks, Puey.
Oh. Hi, guys. Oh my God. Thank you. Oh
Yeah,
my
we're-
God.
Wala pa. Wait,
Wala pa, we're
pa
still here.
I was
That's
like,
why. Wait, ako na. Bye, guys!
Thirsty and 30.